from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
And so our opinion on specials is that it's a necessary infrastructure that's going to be installed. The main thing we want to see is that it's done as efficiently as possible, so it lasts for the appropriate amount of time.
Builders and city leaders ended with no concrete solutions.
The city has already heard from citizens who are upset about the thousands of dollars they have to pay for sewer and water lines, road work, or other forms of specials. And that's what brought today's talk at Fargo City Hall. A couple of city commissioners say they have been getting an earful about how expensive they are. They're thinking it's time something is done to put a stop to it.
So this is definitely a subsidy, definitely is a risk to the taxpayer, and it's definitely a business that the city does not need to be in, especially for new developments.
The Home Builders Association has always told us is the healthiness of your city is somewhat dependent on how much housing you have going on. And if we begin to lack in housing and housing starts, then we're on a downhill cycle.
Some realtors say people are being priced out of the market because of special assessments, but how to rein them in remains the unanswered question. Commissioners say the next step is to get some more information. They say they want to find out how other similar-sized cities are dealing with the issue.
A couple of road projects to let you know about near downtown Fargo. Today, westbound traffic on Main Avenue reduced to one lane from 8th Street to 9th Street. The closure is necessary to repair a broken water main. The lane is expected to be open by the end of the day tomorrow. Contractors have also closed a short section of Main Avenue between University Drive and 14th Street South for an emergency sewer repair. Detours in the area are scheduled to be in place through this coming Sunday. Motorists can expect delays around these intersections on the detour routes.
Voters have passed a higher sales tax in Grand Forks, and city leaders have promised some of that money will go to fixing roads. But which neighborhoods will see the money first?
City engineers say it's complicated. Valley News Team's Ryan Laughlin tells us where much needed construction is coming.
Part of living here. Nobody likes it. Nobody's ever happy about it. You just deal with it.
It's a bumpy ride for many in Grand Forks.
This one could use some work too.
Diane Jerdot has lived near 24th Avenue South for years, and now this well-traveled road might be getting some attention.
It shifts a little bit, and so that's why you start hearing that tuk 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 tuk.
David Karanko is an engineer with the city, and he's putting together a list of potential road projects. He says 24th Avenue South is high on that list.
It's one of those streets where it could use some help, but it's not too far gone that a reconstruction is needed.
Earlier this month, residents passed a sales tax city leaders say will bring in an additional $5 million per year, promising some of that money toward roads. But now the city is hashing out what roads will get done first, and it's not necessarily the roads in the worst condition.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So if we can go in and we can spend $1 on a roadway, we're going to save 10 down the road.
No pun intended. The goal is to prevent what happened on North 42nd Street. Neglected roads like this stretch will require complete reconstruction, the most costly option.
Well, I think all the roads need work.
The question still remains, which roads will get worked on first? Grand Forks, Ryan Laughlin, Valley News Live.
Grand Forks City engineers are working on a list of potential road projects. They want to have that done by January. And some elected officials say that they want the input from voters on which roads get done first. No word on how that process might go.
Fargo police is asking for your help in locating 2 runaway teens. Officers released photos of the girls. They say Michaela Hool is 16 years old. She's 5'2", about 130 pounds, with brownish red hair and brown eyes. 13-year-old Joanna Franson is also considered a runaway, and they believe the 2 girls are together. Franson is 5'3", about 200 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Authorities say they have gotten a tip that the girls may be in a tan-colored car with Montana plates. Police don't believe either girl is in danger, but if you have any information on where these 2 girls may be, you're encouraged to contact your local law enforcement.
A second woman has accused Minnesota U.S. Senator Al Franken of touching her inappropriately. Lindsay Menz, who you see pictured with Franken here, tells CNN that Franken put his hand on her bottom when they posed for a photo at the Minnesota State Fair back in 2010. Menz says the interaction made her feel gross. Franken told CNN that he doesn't remember taking the photo, but he feels badly that she felt disrespected. LA broadcaster Leanne Tweeden accused Franken last week of forcibly kissing her while prepping for a skit to perform in front of troops in Afghanistan, and then later groping her while she was asleep on the plane ride home.
How about those temps today? Some areas warmer than others, but if it's warmth you're after, it sounds like you'll have to wait a few days for the nice weather to come back. Hutch, colder tonight, right?
Indeed, and it's already making its way into northwest, north central portions of North Dakota, with northwest winds becoming quite gusty, even here in the FM area. After mid-50s today, temperatures are already on their way down. A little bit of snow in northwest Minnesota cannot be ruled out as we head through the evening, but look at the pink temperatures. Those are temperatures in the single digits and teens working their way into the valley. By 10 o'clock tonight, we'll have wind chills down in the single digits above zero, wind chills below zero as we rise towards the morning hours. It looks like a blustery Tuesday if you're heading out to the Holiday of Lights parades. We'll let you know what you can expect there, and some flaky and slippery travel weather for those heading out on Wednesday. Travel plans for Thanksgiving. Updates on all that in a moment.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
A former Moorhead man has now been sentenced for a felony count of animal torture after admitting to killing 3 cats in his apartment. 24-year-old Jalen Greer was sentenced today in Clay County Court. He's going to serve 60 days in jail, 2 years probation, but was authorized to be released for work and school. During his probation, Greer cannot have contact with any animals and must complete chemical and psychological evaluations. Greer was arrested in March after police say they found a dead cat on his kitchen floor, and he admitted to killing 2 others.
Sex injuries are on the rise, 80% in the last 5 years, according to a new study. And the #1 place couples hurt themselves, the bathroom, slips and falls, rug burns, and muscle strains are a few common injuries. But there are other, more serious issues. Those working at a local intimate boutique say not talking about sex is a problem.
That's not normal. People can't do that. They don't get in that position, or they can't perform at that level for that duration.
Tonight on Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW and Valley News Live at 10, crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson shows us a deeper issue that's going on in our communities.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, much more than just four-legged friends, how these trained dogs could reduce the risk of people getting hurt or worse at public events.
Up next, a study shows many are still paying off credit cards from shopping last holiday season. We'll tell you who's more in debt, baby boomers or millennials.